P-51D Mustang, stand music from the Commemorative Air Force at the controls. The P-51 has the distinction of going from a design concept to an actual flying model in only 107 days. That was literally unheard of. From the drawing board to in the air in only 107 days. The P-51D Mustang was North American Aviation's first attempt at a fighter aircraft, and I think they did a wonderful job. Again, originally designed for the British, as they were fighting off the Germans in Europe. Again, World War II actually began on September 1st, 1939, when the Germans invaded Poland. In just a few short months, England was literally standing alone against the onslaught of the German forces. Hermann Goering, the commander of the German Luftwaffe, thought for sure that only in a matter of days his Luftwaffe would be able to pound into submission the British people. But of course, that never happened. North American Aviation put together this aircraft again to supply to the British to use in the defense of the British Isles, as America had officially not entered World War II. Again, the aircraft was first equipped with an Allison engine. The Allison engine did not provide the performance at high altitude that the British were looking for to escort bombers or to fight off German aircraft. It had excellent low altitude performance, but again, it suffered when getting up above 20,000 feet. The British decided to experiment by putting the Merlin engine on the front of the P-51, similar to the aircraft engine used in their Spitfires. And the aircraft became the legendary P-51 Mustang. Again, the original purpose for the P-51s was to escort bombers to a lot more precise. But the bombers suffered heavily at the hands of the Luftwaffe, as aircraft like the P-51 and many others could not originally escort the bombers all the way to the target. It wasn't back in, low on the deck in the beautiful P-51D Mustang. Again, you can see the distinctive black and white stripes of the P-51. Nice series of aileron rolls. The P-51, again, equipped with 650 caliber machine guns. Could also be equipped with ordnance underneath the wings. Again, they were long missions indeed to escort B-29s over the Japanese homeland. Here comes Stan back around from your right this time. And a nice 8-point roll. Look at this precision of the P-51D Mustang. That is not easy to do. Again, P-51s actually being flown by the Tuskegee Airmen in World War II. And again, as I mentioned earlier, had the distinction of never losing an escorted bomber to an enemy fighter the whole time they escorted him. If you haven't seen the movie, you need to go by and see it. It is really amazing. Amazing story of courage and bravery of these men who had to go through a lot just to get in the cockpit, and then had to put up with the Germans on top of that. Listen to the screaming sounds of the P-51 Mustang, stand music from the Commemorative Air Force. The Commemorative Air Force, a great organization, has done so much over the years to preserve World War II aircraft. As much as I enjoy museums, and I'm thankful for museums, I'm glad we got them. I guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing like watching these aircraft do what they were designed to do, and that's fly. And it's a right and the ability that we have today to enjoy this beautiful day here in Tuscaloosa as the P-51 back down on the deck. Look at this. Woo-hoo! The classic outline of the P-51 silhouetted against the clouds over Tuscaloosa. Sam brings the P-51 back down to 45. right back down over that part here, show center, the classic outline. I tell you, that's a fast-looking airplane, even when it's sitting on the ground. Again, P-51s pressed into service during the Korean War. As many Air National Guard units had to give up their P-51s as they were shipped out, but it was literally two P-51 Mustangs joined together. The stand comes right inverted, a big wing wave to all the fine folks here in Tuscaloosa. And of course, it takes a lot to keep these aircraft in the skies, as again, they have been manufactured for over 60 years. You can't find parts just laying on the shelf anywhere. It takes a lot of work, effort, and money to keep these planes flying. Boy, I'm glad they do. Get your cameras ready. Get your camcorders rolling. From your right, stand music. And the P-51D Mustang, and a nice looking photo pack. Look at this, the P-51D Mustang. Beautiful Saturday, and my hats off to all the men and women and different organizations that work so much to keep these legendary planes in. These pilots were 18, 19-year-old pilots flying these aircraft. They went from high school classrooms to combat in 30,000 feet plus over the skies of Europe in just a matter of months. Stan extends the landing gear on the P-51. Beautiful sight, always great to see these classic aircraft in the sky. The aircraft are, take a left, make your way over to, you'll see them landing and coming in and going out. As a matter of fact, one of the Hueys is inbound right now. If you'd like to get a ride on one of these helicopters, you can do so throughout the air show today. The only time they won't be flying is when the Golden Knights are in the air or the Blue Angels will be flying, but during the show and even after the show, make sure you head on over as Stan touches down in the P-51. Air show coordination, operational services, and announcing are provided to the 2012 Tuscaloosa Air Show by David Schultz Air Shows of Clearfield, Pennsylvania. This event marks the first event of a busy 2012 air show season that will see them at dozens of aviation events all across the United States and the Caribbean. From Denton, Texas to the Atlantic City beachfront, and from Latrobe, Pennsylvania to Manassas, Virginia, David Schultz Air Shows provides the very best in aviation productions, announcing, and operations to military and civilian airports all across America. For more information on David Schultz Air Shows, please look at their award-winning website at schultzairshows.com. Burke Klein Peter is a proud sponsor of the 2012 Tuscaloosa Regional Air Show, presented by McAlister's Deli. Burke Klein Peter invites you to register, you and your child, at the Lost Parents Tent so your family can enjoy this fun-filled event while keeping safety first. Registration will give you peace of mind knowing that your child has a safe location in the event that they are separated from one another. Burke Klein Peter, a local consulting engineering firm.
One way or the other. Learning to fly from his father, he obtained his license in 1985, and 3 months later purchased his first airplane, a bid special. In another 3 months, Kirk had obtained from Steve Wagner in Ivor Grove Heights, Minnesota, who meticulously restored this aircraft from the ground up. This monster air show stairman is unlike any other in the air show circuit.